Hannah, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a kind of 2-week vlog and I just wanted to go ahead and intro it because I needed to tie the footage together so you kind of make a little bit more sense. But basically, first of all, my furniture came in, so you'll see some of that, getting the new furniture coming in, which we've been setting up behind us. And then Lee and I did a little apple picking, and then we went to Minnesota for a week, basically. And we did a race up in Minnesota. Then the turnaround was pretty quick. We flew back on a Monday, got home about 2:30 a.m. and then got everything kind of ready on Tuesday. We unpacked, repacked, did the laundry, got all his cars ready, basically prepared for a trip because on Wednesday, within 24 hours, we turned around, hopped in the car, and went to South Carolina to Myrtle Beach for another race in which Lee did really well in. So that was really exciting. I mean, he did really well in the first one too, but the second race was really exciting. So you'll see some of that here. He did get to go with me for both of these events, which was awesome to travel with him. And then after, you'll see a little bit of like hiking and things like that. So it's kind of a 2 weeks in my life type of video, but I wanted to come in here as future Hannah and tie it all together so it makes a little bit of sense. And I hope you enjoy this video and I will talk to you soon. Happy Wednesday. I am very excited because look what just came in. All my furniture came in from Magnolia. I am beyond myself excited because we've been, as you guys know, we've been waiting since July to get them in. So it's been like 3 months, so I'm very excited. Let me show you what we got. So we got the big, tall dresser right here, and then the 2 nightstands are over here. They'll probably just stay up here until Lee gets home from work to help me move them down into our bedroom, but I am just beyond myself that they are finally here. We got the nightstands down here, but I don't think we're gonna get the dresser down here yet until Lee gets home. But that's okay, we're gonna get at least the nightstand set up. The next afternoon, after work, I went to World Market to pick up a desk that I pre-ordered. I did spend a few minutes looking around the store because everything they have there is just so adorable and perfect, and I'd love to have more items from the store in my space, but it was fun to window shop in the meantime. I also checked out this chair while I was there because Allison Bickerstuff actually has it here on YouTube, and she's kind of what inspired my desk choice, so it was kind of fun to see the chair in person, and hopefully down the road I can add it. And this is my final desk after I put it together, and I am very excited about it. Later on that evening, Lee and I went apple picking, which is a tradition that we have here, especially in Virginia. So it was fun to kind of make him an official Virginian by taking him apple picking in the fall, and he was really into it, so it was a ton of fun. Which we later then did bake an apple pie with the apples we picked and just kept some for general eating. Nice. On Thursday morning, we caught the first flight out to Minneapolis. We woke up at 4 a.m. and hustled on over to the airport. It was quite the early morning, but we were able to get there. I grabbed Pete's coffee and a little Danish, which was a really fun treat before heading on our early flight. As you can tell, it was really rainy and we were quite delirious. When we landed in Chicago, I went for a walk. I checked out this exhibit, which was a plane recovered from Lake Michigan 47 years after it crashed during its training session. It's the same airplane that was used in the Battle of Midway in 1942, which was considered the turning point of World War II. This is also a painting of Van Gogh, which he is my favorite artist, so it was fun to see him. And I checked out the bookstore, which I can't help myself. I love the bookstore. So I got my mile in, which is a great way to get my exercise.
Small. It was horrible.
This is the mall.
Oh, sorry. This airport is horrible.
Once we landed in Minneapolis, you can tell we're here waiting for the train. There were no rental cars in our terminal, so we had to take the train over to the Terminal 1, go up the escalators, take the long walk. It is quite the journey to get to Terminal 1, but we got it done and got to our rental car. That night I did my yoga, and the next morning we went to Starbucks, which is our normal routine, got the oatmeal and a hot coffee to start my work day. Once we got to the track, I got some general photos and kind of started to edit a little bit. A lot of times you'll just see me shooting photos and editing photos. This is a video of Lee practicing with his car on the carpet track. We're at the J Concepts NCTS4 final race at Thunder Road RC in Minnesota. And typically how these RC races work is there are 3 qualifying rounds and then the main event. And so how you do in qualifying will determine where you start in the mains, and the goal is to make it to the A main and make the podium or win. So it's a lot like other motorsports, but that is typically how it goes. And so what I do is I take photos and post updates and basically do some news reporting on the events to keep the public updated on what's happening and results, and kind of give people an inside scoop on the latest happenings. So that is typically what we do when we go to the RC track. A lot of times we go to dirt races or outdoor races, but in this case it was an indoor carpet race, which was really nice. As the trip ended, I didn't get much footage, but we did head over to the Mall of America on the last day, and I saw this Lego Van Gogh Starry Night painting, which was pretty amazing. So we explored the Lego store and just kind of checked out all the really impressive structures and builds and designs. We just could not get over how huge this mall was. So we strolled around, checked it out for a bit, went in and out of some stores before heading over to lunch, and then later to the airport to catch our flight home. We went over to our favorite restaurant, which was Chevy's. We go there every time we come to Minneapolis. They have the best Mexican food, and so we really enjoyed that. The boys here are trying to have a little eating contest to see who will finish their food because the portions are quite large, and I think Lee was tapping out. He was really pushing hard, but Spencer took the win. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're in the car and I'm with Lee today, which I don't know if you guys have met Lee officially, but this is Lee. You've heard me mention him before on the channel, and we're currently on our way to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a race. It's been we're kind of in the middle of a 2-week stint right now. We went to Minnesota last week, flew back Monday night, got in at like 2:30 a.m. is when we got home, had one day at home, and now we're on the road to Myrtle Beach. So a lot of travel in this 2-week span, but kind of getting it done. You want to tell them about Minnesota, Lee?
Cold. Not a lot to do. Well, at least where we were. Definitely cold and kind of long. I mean, it was only 4 days, but it felt pretty long. Yeah. Like, just the days were just long days. And then like Anna said, we flew back Monday, and we got in actually really late. I mean, I think we landed at like 1:30. 1 or something like that?
Yeah, it was like 1. We got delayed. We were supposed to land at 11, and then we ended up getting at 1 because the flight delayed. And
yeah, so we landed pretty late. Then we went and we got our car from the parking lot at the airport. We got our bags, got our car, and then probably got on the road at like 2, I would say.
Yeah. So we live kind of far from the airport. We're not really
an hour away. It kind of sucks actually.
Yeah. So it was probably like 1:30 by the time we got on the road, but
yeah. So we almost hit a deer. That was cool.
This deer was standing dead, like it was just standing still, like dead still in the middle of the road, and we came up on it kind of quick, and yeah, but Lee got his super driving skills going.
We came up on it really quick. It was a massive deer. It was a pretty good sized big deer. So luckily I didn't hit it, but yeah, kind of a first for me considering that in Florida and Tampa area that you usually you don't see any of the deers like run out in the middle of the road because it's more of a city life. But yeah, that was pretty scary, I would say for sure. But we didn't hit it, which is the good part. We didn't hurt the deer. We didn't total our car, and none of us got hurt.
Yeah, which that would have been a nightmare for a lot of reasons. But plus, we were supposed to drive today, so yeah, it's been kind of busy. I wanted to take you guys along on these trips because I mean, most people don't really see or like know how this works when you, I guess, work a travel job like we do. Yeah, and so today so far we got up, did the coffee, got Starbucks, did lunch, and we've been making pretty good time really. Like my car is pretty awesome, so we just get good mileage.
It's awesome because the gas mileage is great. I mean, I think like if we're on the highway and there's like no traffic and you're just kind of on cruise control, I think we usually get anywhere from like 34 to 35 miles per gallon, which is pretty awesome. So we've actually have not had to stop and fill up. We will fill up when we get closer, that way we have gas to go around town, but we have not filled up since we left Virginia.
Yeah. And so basically this weekend he'll be racing, so that's like his whole kind of job and responsibility this weekend will be getting his cars dialed in and racing. I'll try to put some clips of that so you guys can see that, because I know a lot of people aren't really familiar with the RC racing that we do. And then I'll be doing all my like photography, video work, things like that, which maybe I can get Lee to take some clips of me doing my thing, and then you can so that they can see what I you know what I mean?
I'm like, I thought you meant do your job, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with the camera.
No, I mean like you can use your phone to like show me taking photos of the track, so I can like show people. But anyway, we're gonna get off the highway here soon, so I'm gonna sign off for now, but we will catch up in a little bit. The 2022 Masters of Dirt. We're shooting photos and it's a bit dark in here. There's some natural light in the corner, but there's not really any interesting jumps by all the natural light. So it's been a little bit challenging, but making it work. Got the camera here. We're using the 7200 2.8 lens. You kind of have to in these indoor situations. It's almost too dark and you don't want your ISO to go too high, so it's all grainy. So it's a challenge, but I've never shot photos here before, so it's a lot of fun. It's always exciting to go to a new track and shoot new photos because, you know, you just are never, it's just different. You know, when you go to the same place over and over, you know, you get kind of less creative, but when you go somewhere new, it's a new challenge and it's different, it's exciting. So a little behind the scenes here, but I'll show you the track, see what I'm working with. Hey guys, it is the end of the day and I've been terrible at updating you on this trip. But in the last trip really, here's like how these trips go. When we go racing, you know, obviously Lee's racing full time and I'm working full time. And so basically when we go to the track, like I'm working from like the moment we get there to the very end of the day. So like today we got there at 8. I did kind of just like drink my coffee and chat around a little bit until things started at 9. But once racing started at 9, you know, it's like you're basically working all the way till when we finished at 10:30 tonight. 11:12 right now. So we're back at the hotel and Lee's showering and we're just kind of winding down for the day. But it's kind of a long day. And basically like what I do, I guess I've never really explained what I do. So what I do is I take general just like professional photos at the event. So I do all the event coverage, you know, photography, and then it's kind of like other motorsports, like there's qualifying and then there's the main events for the racing. And so basically after every qualifier and all the different classes and different types of cars that are run, and so I have to post all the updates about like who's winning, who's doing well, and so I post all that on Facebook, edit the photos, add all the text and the graphics, and I do all of that. And so it's kind of an all-day thing because we have a pretty good sized team and a lot of our guys would always do really well, and so it keeps me busy posting up all the updates all day and taking video and doing the photos. And you know, we usually film some kind of tutorials for our YouTube channel while we're here, so I collaborate with some of our drivers because, you know, our drivers live all over the country, so at these events I see them and we try to like max out our content and make tutorials for YouTube. And so anyway, there's just lots of content creation happening on top of the event coverage during these weekends, and so it's just really hectic and busy. But you saw a little bit of a clip of me chatting with you earlier today. Yeah, and Lee's doing pretty well with his driving. We did one round of qualifying today, and so he got like 6th place, which is pretty good. There's a lot of really great drivers here, so yeah, he's being really competitive and keeping at it. So that's been going well. All right. Sounds like Lee's getting a shower, so I'm going to get out for tonight, but I will try to update you guys tomorrow.
Backpack too heavy?
Backpack is good. All the trees have like white blazes for the Appalachian Trail. And now we're on the blue blaze for the Shenandoah National Park. Where's the white blaze? The Appalachian Trail.
Today was our anniversary, and we decided to take a hike on the Yada 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 Trail.
Hey guys, it's the next day. Last night, let's recap where we left off. You saw some of our trip in South Carolina for the Masters of Dirt race, and then we got home. We drove back yesterday. It was like an 8-hour drive basically with stops, and then it's the next day in which we decided to go hiking for our anniversary. We're in Shenandoah National Park at Compton's Gap. It's about a mile up and a mile back just to get to the viewpoint. So not terrible, nothing crazy, but we're at the viewpoint and it's beautiful. So we'll show you the viewpoint. You can see some of it here behind me. The clouds are actually rolling over the mountains right now, so I'll show you that. But yeah, Lee's here with me, and we're just doing a little hiking, and then I don't know, we're just kind of relaxing, recuperating after 2 weeks of traveling and being at work and kind of being busy. So it's nice to get out in the mountains and kind of just relax for a little bit and celebrate our anniversary. We've been together for 2 years, so it's just kind of fun. I'm just looking over at him. That's why I used to be looking that way. But yeah, so let's show you this viewpoint. What did you think of the hike?
It was good. I am definitely not in shape for this, but I pushed through, made it up here. So we've been up here for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, just kind of chilling. Took some pictures, of course. That's a must-have with Hannah. Other than that, yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna head down here in a few, go home, shower, get some dinner, and come back, probably watch a movie, call it a day.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
Sounds like a pretty good anniversary. Wait, you gotta mention how your weekend ended at Masters of Dirt. We just gotta throw that in here real quick, because they saw you at the beginning but didn't see it until now.
Oh yeah, it was good. I was able to podium the event in one of the classes, and I guess you could say probably the premier class of the event. I podiumed, so I got a 4th, which is pretty good. I started 10th, so I made up a few spots position wise, and yeah, I mean, not a bad weekend. I brought home a trophy, so it was good. It was a nice little I guess surprise, honestly, because it's kind of hard to start that far back in a race and podium, but yeah, we made it happen. So it ended on a good note. It was kind of nice to have that, kind of have a end to a good weekend. It started out a little rough, but it was nice to end it on a good note. So